Alright, what is up you guys? My name is Edgar and welcome to Go Fast RC. I know this is going to be kind of a weird upload for you guys, but I thought it was really cool, so I figured may as well upload it. So the lighting may not be the best right now, simply because it's gonna be, this is at night already, and I'm filming the intro at night, so that way I can get to work right in the morning and get everything set up and get going. But today we are going to look at this thing right here. So check this out. It's the brushless system from Furitek for the TRX4m. So it's pretty freaking awesome. I've heard Furitek is very, very smooth, very, very torquey, very, very, very nice. So this is gonna actually be my first truck that I've ever done this with. So as you guys can see, this is my TRX4m. I do have a couple little modifications on it. All I really have is the wheels, tires. They got brass rings in there, and then I got different shocks on it. Take the clip off right here. So as you guys can see, this is all stock underneath. Literally nothing's been changed. Oh, I have the low speed gearing. This is the low speed gearing transmission. So I will actually be geared down lower with this. So I don't know if that's gonna help me or hurt me, but I have the regular speed transmission right here. So if it is too much down low torque, then I have this to replace the low speed gearing with. Yeah. So let's get started and actually tear into this package. Okay, so I actually have you guys mounted on my head right now. Just, trying something different. So let's open this guy up. So this is what I got. FUR2260 118 brushless power system for Traxxas TRX4m. So let's tear into this bad girl. Alright. Get this out. Get our little motor out. Our little ESC out. Wow, these are so small. These are tiny. So this is gonna be a first time for me. So we got this guy right here, which is actually the adapter for the Traxxas plug, because I believe on here it is the it's the SCX24 plug that's on the ESC. Yeah, here you go. This guy right here. This is my SCX24 battery, so it does have a SCX24 plug on it pre-installed, but they include the adapter with it, which is really cool. And we also have this manual right here, which I think is like programming and calibrating and stuff. Okay, so it looks like I can get the app for this and actually tune it, maybe? Okay, so since this is such a tiny package, I'm just gonna do this with my X-Acto knife. I was gonna use my scissors, but the scissors are too big. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna take these out of the box really quick and take a short, quick little look at them. Oh my goodness, it's so cute! So this is a outrunner style motor, so instead of the inside turning, actually the entire outside turns. So the wires, instead of being on this end of the motor, they're actually towards the front of the motor. We have the brass pinion on here, which is really cool. Okay, so here we go. So it looks like this. I'm not exactly sure what this is. I'll have to look in the manual and see what this is, but this is your chart. This is your lead to go to the receiver pack. This is your battery lead, and I think this is like a Bluetooth thing or something like that. I'm not 100% sure, but just for the time being, I'm gonna see if this is as drop-in as they make it seem. So yeah, let's get started on the install. Okay, so I just realized I forgot to mention that I also got my drive shafts. I had them actually heat shrunk. So if you have that done, you're gonna have to cut that off to get these to get this case to split apart, so you can actually mount your motor. So yeah, back to work. I got the motor installed. It was pretty easy, pretty simple, pretty straightforward. The only thing that I'm not sure about is how exactly I'm going to mount the ESC in here. Because I don't want to do it back here where the old ESC sat, because I would have to stretch the wires over like that. I don't really care to do that. So I'm thinking maybe somewhere like right here, maybe? The next thing I'm gonna do is remove the ESC receiver combo, and then I'm gonna have to steal a receiver out of one of my other trucks, and figure something out. So yeah. So my only complaint about this ESC motor combo is the length of the wires. It's kind of short. For my idea, for what I wanted to do initially, it was a lot shorter than I thought it was. But this receiver is just like for reference. So I'm gonna move this. I'm gonna have to cut this post out right in here, or not this post. I'm gonna need to cut this guy out right in here. So that way this receiver can sit in here flat. I'm gonna run it about right there, like really close to the wires but not super close, really close to that battery tray but not super close. And then I'll just have to just like bundle up the receiver wires or something. So all I did in there was I just ground down all those little extra fins and stuff for strength. I just ground those down so that way that receiver could actually fit in there. I'm not too worried about it being super duper clean right now, because one, it's not gonna be like a show truck. I'm not building this truck to look pretty. I'm building it to go and rock crawl really well. But as well as because I can simply just buy another piece and just do it over again. So I don't need to get roasted in the comments or anything. Unless you guys feel like leaving a comment, by all means, leave a comment. That does nothing but help me out. So yeah, this is gonna be roughly how it looks. Roughly, kind of like that, except I'm gonna have the wire zip tied, of course. But yeah, this thing should be freaking sweet when I'm done with it. You guys can see this is the final setup, the final overall setup that I did. So I have everything routed pretty neatly. To me, it looks pretty neat, at least. I know there's much neater ways that I could have done it, but the only way I could have done it any better is if I had a 3D printer and I mounted it somewhere with a 3D printer. Anyways, so one of the things I've noticed about this kit is that the leads are kind of short. For how big this chassis is, the leads are kind of short for where you're gonna most likely put your receivers and all that stuff. That's one of the complaints I have. The other complaint that I had was that the instructions were kind of vague. I mean, it gave you like all the information that you needed it gave you all like the basic information that you needed to get it to run, but there was no like troubleshooting guide, which was kind of a bummer, because I was having some issues with this, but I'll get to that in a second. The final thing that I had trouble with was actually getting it to work with a Traxxas radio. So I was trying to use this TQI radio right here. Just your regular standard TQI radio. I was trying to use that one and I couldn't get it to work. So I had the receiver and the radio bound and everything, and it would turn on and then it would go into like calibration mode. So it would do the 4 blinks it would do 4 lights on the ESC, and then it would do 4 tones from the motor as soon as I hit the throttle. So it would be all bound and everything. And this is just like for reference, but as soon as I hit the throttle, it would go into a calibration mode. So I fought that for a while. I calibrated it all on my phone, and it would do the exact same thing. So I don't really know why or what was going on there, but it was really weird. So the other thing is that it's kind of a bummer, but I couldn't, with the Traxxas receiver at least, I couldn't really figure out how to calibrate it without using the app. And again, it's probably just because I was using that Traxxas radio and receiver. So this isn't as drop-in as I thought. I thought that I would be able to use like the Traxxas radio, Traxxas receiver, and be fine with it, because that's all that this is. So if we wanted to replace this, because this is the ESC receiver combo that came out of the truck, if we wanted to replace this, then we're gonna have to buy a new Traxxas receiver. But I couldn't get it to work with a Traxxas receiver. That's just my opinion, or that's just my experience. I don't know if I was doing something wrong or whatever, but as soon as I got this thing bound to this radio, my good radio, it worked perfectly normal, perfectly fine. As soon as I bound it, I calibrated it, everything was normal. What I like about it is, so far from my experience, is that the app is really helpful. It makes it super easy to calibrate, and I can adjust my throttle curve and everything. Another thing I really like about it is that it's super easy to change over your BEC voltage for your servo, and it also works on the lights. When you change your BEC voltage, the lights get a little bit brighter. But right now I'm running it on 5 volts because that is not a high voltage servo, and I really don't want to burn out these lights. That's what I really like about this truck, this ESC motor, as well as it is like ridiculously smooth, and you can make it go like super slow. It's super controlled. So let me just get this plugged in for you. I have my throttle curve set up and everything, and you can see just how freaking slow this thing can go. Like the amount of control that is in this truck. Keep in mind, I am talking to you right now, so you know it's not slowed down. And then you can Alright, so we are out here in the backyard, on the backyard course. I got a couple of little gates set up. They're not exactly the greatest gates, but there's something to give us a little test and hopefully keep us consistent throughout the run. So we're gonna start up here and kind of just wrap our way around the entire thing. I got a couple spots that I'll test out our low speed control right there, and then we also got a couple spots where if we get hung up, I can show you guys the wheel speed of the brushless system. And then in here, I think the trucks will get stuck, so we might be able to see the difference between between the two. Brushless, I don't know if you can see in there, and then this one's stock as well. Both are on low speed gearing. My dad has a better servo in his than mine. He's got the a Savox servo in there. I'm not exactly sure the number that it has, or which model it is. And you guys have already seen mine. He's also got heavy wheels on it as well. His are full brass wheels. Mine are aluminum with a brass ring inside of it. So I guess I'll get started with this one and kind of give you guys a baseline of what the truck can do with the stock ESC motor, and then see how much better, if there's no difference, or if it's worse with this one. So let's get started. Alright, reset in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so I did touch a gate, but that's no big deal. These trucks out of the box are actually really good trucks. I like it. Touched another gate. I'm not going to be too mad if I touch a gate, and I'm not going to count it against the time because this isn't an actual competition or anything. So I'm not trying to go super fast, I'm just trying to do it the best that I can. So there's that low speed control, the stock ESC and motor. And here we're gonna see if I'll get stuck. There we go. Nope. So next run, I'm gonna try to stay consistent with my lines. Let's see if I can. There you go, that's a better line. There you go. And time. Oh, I didn't even, oh, there we go, stop. So we'll cut off maybe 5 seconds from that, so 123, 80, that's not bad. And I wasn't trying to go all that fast either. So that's a baseline. It felt pretty controlled. It wasn't super bad, like how it was stock with the stock gears. It was really touchy with the stock gears because it was geared too tall, so you'd have to like give it a bunch of throttle and then it would kind of bounce over. So yeah, let's switch over to the brushless one. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Look at that low end control. And again, I'm not worried about touching gates or anything like that. I'm just trying to get through here as cleanly as I can. So let's test out that low speed control right here. Really had that rock right there. Oh no! Dug into that little hole. There you go. Alright, sneak over here. Get up there. Trying to be as consistent as I can. Oh. As I say that, I get stuck on the same spot. Hang driver. Just walk up that like that. There you go. Alright, we're gonna make it through here. Oh, so you gotta move, buddy. And he moves right in front of the way. Alright, time. Let's get it unlocked. Stop. 137 will take maybe 5 seconds off that to grab the phone. So 132. So I did go slower, but I was making it go a lot slower. I was making it go a lot slower because I have that kind of control. So next thing that we're gonna do is kind of do a slow test, I guess you can say. So we're gonna get both the trucks, we're gonna turn both of them on and go as slow as they can and see which one goes slower. Because with crawlers, you're not super worried about them going fast. And we're also gonna do a high-speed test as well. Keep in mind, as well, sure, they are brushless and brushed, but they're both gonna be, they both have the same gearing, so both trucks have the low-speed transmission in both of them, and we're gonna try to do this with one hand on each radio. Okay, so let's see which one goes slower. Get them lined up, and we're off. 3, 2, 1. So that one is actually moving, but this one is pulling away from this one. I'm trying to get it to go as slow as possible with it moving. That's as slow as it goes. We got this one right here, still creeping forward super slowly. You can see this one's pulling away. So this one's definitely a lot slower. The brushed is a lot slower, a lot more controlled, just because you can go slower, so you can actually let your tires grab and stuff. Now we're gonna go for overall top end. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. And mine took off. So that's full throttle right there. Full throttle in this guy, full throttle in both the trucks. Yeah. So this guy's got low speed control as well as high-end wheel speed, so whenever you do need that little extra bit of wheel speed, you can get it. So this is just to kind of show you the type of control you can get with this brushless system. So you can even adjust your throttle curve in the app, which I really find cool. So we're just going to take a quick little look at the app. So it automatically connects to your phone. It gives you a bunch of data while you're running it. So it'll give you your RPMs, and it'll give you your throttle percentage. So I'm about half throttle, and it's barely moving. As well as you can do a bunch of adjustments. So you can go here to running. So you can even change this on the fly. Forward, reverse, so forward. So now it instantly goes to reverse. I can go to 6.5 volts on my BEC. So it gives you a warning right here. And you guys can even hear it a little bit. I don't know if you can. So this is how I have my throttle curved set up right now. So that way it's very, very controlled on the low end. And then once I get up into the top end, I'll get those RPMs that I want. Like, majority of why this is so cool, why I find this so freaking neat, is because of this app in here that I got on my phone. I wasn't gonna download this app originally, but I thought it would be really cool to try out. I know there's a lot of high-end race receivers that have this, so I thought it would be cool to try out and see what it can do. Alrighty guys, I really hope you guys enjoyed that video. I know it's been quite a while since I've uploaded, but me and my dad, we decided to work out a deal where I film the videos and he helps me film and edit. So I'm going to be uploading videos now. I know this is kind of an oddball video. You guys are used to seeing the monster trucks, especially the nitros. But don't worry, you guys will be seeing those very, very soon actually. Next video is going to be some nitro shenanigans. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really, really like this ESC and motor combo. It's definitely next level, especially for trucks this small. It's really, really cool to see stuff like this coming out for it. I also really like that this ESC motor combo is relatively drop in. I say relatively because you can't, from my experience, you can't use a Traxxas radio and receiver. You have to go with something better. So yeah, that's the only thing that that's the only thing that really bummed me out. I mean, yeah, having short leads and stuff, that's kind of a bummer too, but I made it work. It wasn't too bad. But yeah, overall, I really like it. I'm sure if you guys got it too, you guys would really enjoy it as well. And yeah, that's gonna be it. I'll see you guys next time. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you later.